And we're back again. Next mission. You've traveled through the core of Mars, arriving at the ancient city of Sentinel Prime. You have sovereignty in this unholy place. For now, the Great Slayer was once a warrior king in this world. Tradition grants you safe passage, but the completion of your mission will come at a price. El Priest Grave is waiting. I tried to do like a slightly different, not quite Irish accent, and it was kind of like this weird combination of everything. Interesting.
Welcome home, Great Slayer.
Alert the priest.
So they're like allies, but not because they're alerting the priest, or else they're maybe it's because I'm too awesome. They don't want to stand against me because it would mean death. I don't know. Interesting. They kind of just like let me walk through. I feel like if they're on the priest side, they would have put up a fight, but I don't know. Unless you have orders to be like, just let him through. He's killed too much of you guys. So I think this is where I was before, but I was probably up there. Look at that. They're all like all across. Again, the like levels so beautiful. So this one looks like a short one. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. There's no Slayer gates. Oh, thank heavens. So it just looks like a straightforward. What are challenges? No. Makes it so much easier. I don't care about weekly, no offense, but 100%ing it according to the actual challenges and mission, not according to like weekly. So now I did get a codex, so let's read this. The ancient arena is a holy place for the people of Argent Denor. Constructed in the earliest days of their history, this Colosseum served as a proving ground for trial by combat. Historical records indicate that the Argenta did not jail their own kind. Rather, prisoners and criminals were granted the right to earn their chance at regaining honor through victory in the arena. Those who succeeded were given a place to fight in the front lines of the Sentinel army to die in service to Argent Denor. That's pretty interesting. It kind of makes me think of the Pantheon, but also for some reason I thought of like Spartans. I'm not saying that Spartans were these people, but just like the tough, harsh regiment that they're put under. And this sounds the same, as they're basically fighting for their lives to regain their honor. And then they're like, hey, now you go on the front lines to fight for the Sentinel army. Your chance of dying is probably like 99%, but you're going to die with honor, you know? Pretty interesting. This traditional use of the arena has subsided since the assimilation with the Dark Realm. The corrupted priests now allow more violent exchanges, with armed captives pitted against demons for sport. So they basically corrupted the tradition. It's just like, yeah, who cares about honor now? Just like, do it for sport. The priests of the Order Diag continue to hold undisputed power in Argent Denor. Spilling the blood of the Argent Ascended class will result in the transgressor's banishment. Asylum amongst the Argenta will be denied to any who do not adhere to the rules of engagement. And so this is John Wick then. So he's basically got asylum in this place, and John Wick, or Doom, he ain't having none of it. So I'm probably gonna come here and destroy him, is my guess. What's the mission? Yeah, eliminate him. That's what I thought. Okay. Makes sense. probably, until I kill him, I'll have asylum, basically. But then once I kill him, I won't have asylum anymore. So this is the backstory between him and the
We
priest.
found
He
him
was
in the
probably
valley,
half dead.
just outside the castle walls. He was badly wounded and wearing this.
Doomslayer.
Guts. Huge guts. Kill them. Must kill them all.
He has fight in him yet.
In spite of his injuries.
Send him to the arena. Let him be judged like the others.
So this guy wasn't even like a criminal, he was just found wounded, and they're like, huh, let him fight for his life. In the time of King Novik, as the Argenta secured peace and safety through dimensions across time and space, an outlander came to us. He was not of our world, and spoke an ugly tongue. Well, that's rude. Maybe your tongue's ugly. I mean, did you look at his tongue? It's probably a normal tongue. I mean, look at this. You think someone's tongue's... it's just so rude. How he first took step upon our land was unknown. Sentinel scouts had found the outlander, bloodied, clawed, and near death, mumbling of impending doom and the forces of darkness. The scent of blood followed him, and the gore that stained his armor seemed not entirely his own. By Argenta law, the stranger would be judged in the Colosseum, where he would be given the chance of all who stray from the path to fight for his freedom. He didn't stray from his path. He didn't even know his path with these people. Like, whatever. We knew not of the stranger. His mind seemed crippled with rage. He dressed in attire not suited for our lands and carried munitions of arcane origin. We watched as his will overcame his injuries, and in the blood arena he proved his worth. The Outlander's technique was crude and brutal, but the determination in his charge echoed that of any true-born sentinel. His war cry echoed through the Colosseum, as did the sound of his fury, and the guards cheered his banner, "Rip and tear." They shouted as the beast pushed beyond mortal wounds and certain death. So now he's a beast. He's been relegated to beneath even like a being. He's a beast. Not even whatever. He would be gifted no rank, no title. The survivors in the arena were provided only one reward, the right to earn an honorable death while spreading the blessings of the Makers to those in need. The Outlander's determination was witnessed, his ravings documented, and through the word of the Order Diag, the Khan Maker had him brought before her. She set her minions to learning his tongue, for with his ugly words he spoke of lands unseen, creatures born of fire and a dark place unknown to the queen and her caste. Yet another opportunity to expand the gifts of the Makers to those in need. Oh, it's kind of a sad backstory. She's like found dying, and they're like, okay, well, he's obviously dishonored. We don't know who the heck he is, but he's dishonored, so send him to...
I offer you, O great powerful one, a sign of truce.
So, what you're telling me is, now that your whole mission is in jeopardy because you upset me by attacking my people, you're going to acknowledge my existence. Because before, I've read the lore just barely. Before, I was determined to be a beast with an ugly tongue and ugly words. Basically ugly, you know, and dishonored. And the only reason I'm still alive is because I kicked everyone's butt and was given the honor of earning an honorable death by being in the front lines. And now, okay, now you're gonna call me, oh, great and powerful one, let's end this and have a truce. Don't continue your rampage across our lands. Don't continue destroying and decimating my armies. Don't continue annihilating our plans. And now you're gonna. I honestly, you probably should have thought of that before you decided to, like, give me no name, no title, nothing. Just determining my own. You're decided to basically determine my fate. Yeah, see how that's working out for you? On the eve of the Black Star, the Dark Ones came from a world beneath our own, not through ship nor ephemeral vessel, but through the fabric of dimensions. Out of swirling fiery gates came horned beasts from a timeless realm. First one, then many crashing waves of evil swelled from the obsidian forest of the Argentian overlands. The Alorum clans from the eastern mountains fell first to the black hordes of devils, and the city of Telorum was slung under the weight of their charge. We sentinels rose to meet the beasts with spear in hand, the might of the holy fleet striking back at the demons. But the dark gates from whence they came gave birth still to even greater hordes. A line of blood was drawn with the fallen of both sides, and the unholy wars began as the time of darkness came upon us. And I guess then you guys turned against it, accepted them into your, made a truce with the great and powerful ones. I shouldn't have taken that. And I just got to wonder. I want to wash off this blood. Come on. Sorry, I was just going on a little bit of rant, but still, like, this place looks kind of cool, though. They need to clean up a little bit. I mean, look at all that. That wasn't me. I mean, I know I was jumping right here, but that's not, no. I was there before. I didn't do it.
I know of what you have left behind. Go back to it then. Leave this crusade. You cannot save them. They have asked me for this, and so I give it to them. If you let the priest live, then I will return to you what the demons took from you so long ago. You need only turn back, and it will be yours again. All the pain you carry will be gone.
You know what you look like? You look like the big, like, space commander girl thing from Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, you know, like... And, you know, maybe in the end, just like her, you will allow Stitch to live because he found his family, you know? But from reading this, you took my honor, you took everything, and then you determined my fate. So I don't know why you're blaming it on someone else. I'm just baffled with your logic here, because you took it first. Maybe they did something afterwards and took it after, but you started this, okay? The Khan Maker demanded a tithe of the essence, and driven by her desire, the priests submitted themselves to her will. The Order of the Diag took counsel with the king, speaking only of the spoiled land sure to be found through the cleft in creation, and the opportunity to purge the new invaders from Argentinur. We took the war to their cursed lands, pressing through the gates of wizardry. There was one among us who seemed to know the true nature of these foul demons. It was the Outlander, the stranger who had come to us from places unknown, he who had survived in the front lines for far longer than any sentinel-born prisoner had before. It's because I'm amazing. His passion for battle against the vile horde was evident, his lust for their destruction matching our own. Though Argent and Or remained a foreign land to him, his fervor caught the attention of inquisitors of the Sentinel Guard, some whispering of a suspected alliance he held in secret with the demons. Silencing the critics, King Novik deemed him worthy of selection. The signifiers brought a commission to our king, and it was decided that he be lifted from the common rabble. Signifiers and the king decided, not Khan Maker. No. Though no arena-born prisoner had ever been granted the honor, the Night Sentinels broke tradition and deemed the Outlander worthy of training. A number of disciples grumbled and chafed at the barbarian present in their ranks, but in the war with the demons all opportunities for even the slightest advantage was to be considered, and as they witnessed the stranger spar with their hall masters, they found in him an undying and unrelenting compatriot. This man was an outsider, friend to none, and yet rose each time he was thrown to the dirt of the circle. Battered and bruised, his brow stained with blood, he rose with grim determination for the chance to face his enemies in armed combat once again. Never given up. Never given up. Time passed as the stranger was instructed in the codified matrices of their order, the ancient lessons of battle and brotherhood taught to all sentinels. He could sense the opportunity before him. Soon all of hell would feel his wrath once again. Satisfied that he would not be a detriment to their prowess, the Night Sentinels granted him his wish as they ventured through the Hellgates with the stranger in tow. They knew no rest, fighting in the unnatural elements and training under the blood moon of night. The stranger suffered exhaustion, wounds, and sickness, but asked for no aid and was offered none. 3 times his Night Sentinels ventured into the gate and back, and upon every return the stranger strode more capable than before, his gait locked in step with the march of the sentinels, a disciplined and now controlled lust for demon blood ever present. The passing of years and innumerous battles with the devils indentured the stranger to Argenta's mightiest warriors, and no longer did they condescend to him as a new-blooded conscript. For to them he had become a brother in arms, forged in war, an ally, and a weapon. I like that. So he basically earned his respect, earned his right back to his freedom that was taken from these people. I'm blaming the con maker and the priest. And it was the king and the signifiers and everything is what I'm getting. So I'm not seeing any reason for him to pay heed to the con maker or anything. If anything, the lore I've gotten, which may change, who knows, the lore I've gotten has suggested that the priest and her...
Theirs is a hard role to play. But I too have a world to save. Without their souls, there can be no hell energy, and the Argent will cease to flow. I cannot allow this to happen. You will not stand in the way of Erdak's progress. This is how it has always been done. It is not for you to deny us our chance at prosperity.
But you are saying you can deny another planet of their chance at prosperity. You keep mentioning they came to us, this was their choice. No, that was the UAC, which seems to be a small, select group of crazies who want to suffer and die, and everyone else to suffer and die. But from what I see, there was a pretty big rebellion, you know? So I don't think it's their choice. Like, ugh. I am a little hesitant to agree with you, you know? Down there, 2 up there, 1 right there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't battle until after I kill the priest. As we warred with the beasts, the Argenta Society grew under the watchful eye of the Makers and through the endless power of the Essence. While our generals were consumed with the unholy war, our culture was marked by the beautiful potion the enemy had provided us, the sweet elixir. It brought us immeasurable capacity and empowered us to reach farther into dimensions once thought to be beyond our grasp. Under the direction of our Maker gods and the engineering of our high priests, our weapons blazed and our war machines stormed. The throngs of the populace drank deeply from the well of energy unveiled by the priests, but we of the Night Sentinels took no part in their abundance. Some among us whispered accusations and warnings against this manner of progress, but they were quelled, as it was not our role to dictate the future of our people, only to defend. Night Sentinels, I like them. So they didn't partake in what they deemed to be kind of like a corrupted society, is what I gather from that. Like, that's what I'm getting. What else do I have? I have 3 more of those book things which are not this, so let's, I guess, look at the suit then, see what I can get. Look at that, it's kind of a little eerie with all the like fog and mist and smoke. As the black star ascended to its zenith, King Novik sat restless on his throne as a howling darkness began to assemble just beyond the mountain rise. To the east, the blight came upon us in droves, flooding forth from the Hellgate with merciless fury. They brought with them a monstrous titan, the Dreadnought. I fought him, he's not bad. A beast to rival the stature and menace of even the mightiest ancestral. The grotesque giant laid to waste. Is the Dreadnought what I thought? Anyways, laid waste to all before him, crushing all in his path. This was a total demonic assault, striking at the heart of Argent Denor as never before. How was it that the behemoth could pass through the demonic gate without warning? We would never know, though the Night Sentinels believed treason was at play. Yeah, probably Gone Maker and the priest. Caught off guard, the Sentinels scrambled late in defiance of the Titan and his horde, and with his coming the holy city of Taris Nabad prepared for judgment. With the onslaught of the demons massed in the sprawling shadow of the abhorrent fiend, the city shook to its foundation. None were spared save those that fled north. The vile swarm ransacked our temples and palaces, burning our towers and feasting on the souls of our clergy. Yet the Night Sentinels rallied and held fast against the demons, though they were pushed back and corralled at the blood arena. As the dark of night descended, their swords remained potent, and shred the enemy multitude with abandon. Amidst the unyielding ranks of the Sentinels, when all other apprentices had fallen in battle, stood the Outlander, rip and tear. He roared, ferocious in battle. The remaining conscripts of the arena stood in awe as they witnessed the beast who had once raged within their very selves, now armored alongside the shoulders of his sentinel brethren. He had risen where none other had before, a true-born sentinel fighter, the very best among them. But though the swarm fell before their assault, the Titan remained invincible, for none could tame the behemoth alone. In the hours before dawn, as the Night Sentinels weathered the relentless assault, the Outlander held his ground at the foot of the Great Wall, in the northern bend of the castle. Seeing his unending vigor, Samur, Chancellor to the Mother God, hurried the Outlander away under veil of secrecy, and, for reason unknown, submitted him to a rite untold. This was heresy, for Samura received no consent from the Khan maker, nor did he receive her counsel. In the Chapel of Purity, the Outlander submitted himself to the divinity machine. There, Samur Maker, good maker right there, the Seraphim, known to us only as the aid to the Mother God, blessed the Outlander with fierce speed and power to match his will. To match his will, that's pretty cool. It was the method by which this transfusion took place that was most uncertain to us. For we were of the knowledge that the Maker device bestowed unto the Argentus so many generations ago was to be used by the priest only to find the impurity among us. How could it be that the device was meant to cull the sentinel breed of its contaminants? Could then be used to purify the Outlander body and give rise to the one who would lead us into battle henceforth? I read that a little bad, so let's just reread that again. How could it be that the device that was meant to cool the sentinel breed of its contaminants could then be used to purify the Outlander's body and give rise to the one who would lead us into battle henceforth? How could it be? It was only meant to cool the sentinel breed of its contaminants, so how could it then be used to purify the Outlander's body, you know? How could it do that and give rise? So, what rose from the holy coffin on that fateful day was not the impure abomination the covenant warned us of. The hero within would come to be known only as the great slayer, the time walker, the warrior Khan, whose fire sword would blaze forth a path for the just and cut through the demonic horde with a vengeance that only a god king could summon. He rose unbroken by the ritual, his eyes burning with maker magic. He took the crucible in his hand, and wraith fire leapt forth from the blade as only it will when held by a true sentinel warrior king. In our darkest hour, this slayer had been chosen, defying tradition, our most sacred laws, and the will of the great Khan herself. A stranger to our lands had been blessed with celestial might. Yeah, well, everything I've read of the Khan maker, very tradition based, but also I feel like she betrayed them. So obviously she wouldn't have granted him that honor because I think she betrayed them. To probably, in her defense, she's purging them.
Watch as you put our future at risk. Earth will be consumed, and the energy will continue to flow. It is your people's survival against mine.
Yeah, well, you're probably the one who betrayed them in the first place, so... I like this, actually. Diegrav remains the most powerful of the Hell Priests amongst the people of Argent Denor, frequently visiting his ancient homeworld to lord over the populace. Arrogant and pompous, Grav calls for blood sport in the arena to entertain the fallen citizens of Sentinel Prime. Since the demonic invasion of Earth began, he has operated on the planet's surface along with his fellow Hell Priests to direct Hell's forces, but after the deaths of Diagnilox and Diagranok, he has fled to the safety of the arena. It was Diagraf who facilitated the torment and eventual betrayal of Sentinel Commander Valen, taking the keys to the Sepulchre of Elements and opening the vault of the sleeping wraiths. The ancient creatures were abducted, transported to Hell, and tortured to siphon away their power. He used the heart of Valen's son to animate the icon of Sin, a titan still spoke of in legend throughout Argent Denor. I mean, again, betrayal, betrayal, betrayal. He is the one. Now, I did just remember, I did want to see... Okay, I think it was the Dreadnought I was thinking of, right? Because the one I read before in here, or is it this one? No, it had to have been this one. Dreadnought. Dreadnought. So I've only done the so I haven't done the Dreadnought, I've done the Dread Knight, not Dreadnought. That's actually probably where this goes, is like the 3 big bosses, I'm guessing. Interesting.